Well, you do influence each other when you're married, you know? Like she's been saying, I'm becoming much more patient as a person. I say I've lost my willpower. Tomato, tomato. And she made me take the 5 love languages test. All right. I didn't write it, all right? I'd never heard of it before that, but yeah, it turns out her love languages are quality time, words of affirmation, and physical touch. And my love languages were silence, alone time, and being emotionally unavailable. And that's when she said, those aren't in the 5 love languages. And I was like, well, they might be top 10. We don't know. So until volume 2 comes out, I'm going to hold off on working on myself. So let's just... And once you're with someone for a long time, like you don't go to bed at the same time every night, you know? Every now and then you go to bed way later than your partner. That happened recently where like she was long passed out and I got into bed. I just leaned over. I gave her a little kiss on the forehead, right? And in her sleep, she giggled with such joy and love that I knew in that moment she was not dreaming about me. Has that ever happened to anyone? In that moment, you want to wake them up so they can open their eyes and be like, oh, you again, oh. Because I think dreams like that are worse than nightmares, you know? Because at least with a nightmare, you're scared in your sleep. You wake up, oh my God, I'm so relieved. You're having the greatest dream of all time and you wake up, you're like, oh, my life again, son of a bitch. And our daughters are hilarious. The 16-year-old got me with a zinger the other day. She asked me, she's like, well, hey, why do you guys sleep with a fan on at night? And I told her, I'm like, look, I don't like sleeping in silence. I struggle with that. So I turn the fan on high and I get to sleep with some white noise. And she goes, white noise? I just thought white noise was anytime you gave your opinion on something. She has no idea she wrote the best joke in my whole special. And I don't necessarily recommend planning a wedding nowadays because I don't know if you know this, wedding venues want to take every last penny that you have. So by the time you do get married, you're already ready for divorce. That's pretty much... I had no idea what the cost was. I was acting like a baller before we started pricing everything. I was like, man, we're inviting everyone we know. We're getting 2 DJs. We're going to blow this wedding out. And then I saw the prices, and I was like, well, you know, it's really about our love at the end of the day. And our love doesn't require an open bar. So let's just do BYOC, bring your own Chipotle. After we looked at our 8th venue, my wife just looked up at me. She's like, well, where do you see us getting married? I was like, the courthouse. That's, you know. This one place tried to quote us $18,000 just for a taco bar. And with a smile on her face, she looked at me and said, would you like to know what comes with the taco bar? I said, unless you say a compass and a treasure map, then fucking no, all right? And then we found our own caterer, right? Beautiful Middle Eastern shawarma presentation, the whole thing. And they said, oh, you could bring your own caterer in, but we charge you $7,000 to bring the caterer in. And I said, all right, well, do you have a Middle Eastern caterer on staff? And they said, word for word, no, but we do have Italian with a Mediterranean flair. So are you putting hummus on spaghetti? What does that even mean? And then I got hot. I was like, by the way, Mediterranean, I'll have you know that all Mediterranean food was actually stolen from the Middle East. And I know that to be true because my wife bitches about it all the time. And I've learned not to question her about anything. So unless your caterer can whip up some Adana kebab, some shish kebab, some tabbouleh, some kanafa, and some baklava, then arrivederci, masalam, let's go, Habibti. And we stormed out of there.